Tyler here from the Road to Stardom YouTube channel, and I've got a crazy week coming up ahead of me. I've got 2 performances this week, and in between the 2 of them, I'm going to be spending 2 days out at Disney World, where I'm going to be running a charity marathon, where I'm going to attempt to ride all operating rides at Disney World in 1 day, which is a challenge within itself. But on top of that, it's only going to be 30 degrees, and it's going to be raining all day. I don't really know how far I'm going to make it, but it's going to be an interesting video. Happy Monday, everybody. This is Monday. I'm recording this on. It's a bitterly cold week here in Florida. I've got my performance tonight, which is a 3-hour performance outside. Tomorrow, I head to Disney World, where I'm going to be staying over one night. Wednesday, I'll be running my marathon challenge, known as the Every Ride Challenge, where you attempt to ride every operating ride at Disney World in 1 day on Disney World property, all 4 parks. We're going to do our best to ride everything. I've done this challenge several times before, but I've never had it be this cold before. It's only going to be about 30 degrees in the morning, and it's not going to get much above 40 throughout the day, and it's going to be raining on top of that. And it's going to be cold out like that pretty much the whole week. I mean, currently it's about 46 degrees out right now, but it's a clear day. It's not raining. They're giving us a freeze warning tonight and tomorrow night, going into Tuesday and going into Wednesday. I just don't really know how to prepare for that because I'm already kind of locked into this challenge. It's a charity marathon, so that's what's keeping me motivated right now. People have suffered worse than us. So right now I'm on my way to the store to look for some new shoes because the ones I got on are starting to wear through the sole. I'm just not sure how well they're gonna hold up against the rain and the cold and running possibly up to 19 miles on Wednesday. So right now I'm heading to the store to look for some new ones, some really cheap last minute shoes so that I can have something to wear. Because the other thing is it's supposed to rain tomorrow and tonight too. So it's like I need to have my shoes dry and ready by Wednesday to have a comfortable feel while I'm doing the challenge. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want my feet to be falling off or feeling like they're getting chewed up like crazy. So that's why we're heading to the store now. We're just looking for something cheap, kind of last minute, so that I can break in today and tomorrow, possibly get wet, so I can save at least one of the other pairs for Wednesday, so I can start with some dry shoes. Luckily though, at Disney World, I'll be in and out of rides, so like I'll have times to warm up, but I don't know, we'll have to see. I just got out of the store. I bought 2 pairs of shoes. Somewhat hard to find my size because I wear a size 12. So I bought 2 pair, and I was thinking I'd probably either return the one that doesn't fit. They make it a little bit hard to try on shoes here because they tie them together. But I got these. I was just looking for cheap shoes. These were 20 bucks. I got 2 pairs, 20 bucks. And we got these here. This is kind of my style, you know, like these are, I usually go for Nike here, but because they're just comfortable. Both of them fit pretty well. The other ones I have are not as nice looking as these, which is why I bought both of them, because they both fit fine. But this one seems to have, there's a reason some shoes are $20. This was, of course, the only size 12, and this also is the only pair that had some sort of defect. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a hole here where there isn't, and there's not one on this side either. It's like they forgot to punch it through, and I was like, well, you know, like, I guess I could do that eventually if I decided I wanted these that bad. Because all the other shoes had holes here, including the other sneaker. This one has a hole here, you know, like the laces go through it. I ran these myself because, they were taken out, so I put them in just to try it on. And then when I went to do that with this one, the hole wasn't there. So, but honestly, they fit even without that. So it's just a convenience thing. I think one of these pairs will work for Wednesday. So, you know, 20 bucks, like that's, you know, that's exactly what I was looking for. Just kind of like a cheap pair that look decent enough, that might hold up well enough for a couple days. Like I don't need them for too long, you know. If they last longer, then good purchase, you know. But all right, I think it's time to go home now and start getting ready for my show tonight. I have an outdoor music bingo show that I run every Monday. I sometimes get hundreds of people showing up. It's very popular here. It's a very local thing though, so I gotta drive up there. I'm kind of racing against the clock right here, so we gotta get back to my house so I can get ready to go perform tonight. All right, guys, I'm just about to leave to go do the show. I'm gonna test some stuff tonight to see how warm it keeps me, because tonight's supposed to be pretty cold too. I got this new flannel coat for Christmas. I'm gonna try to see how warm it keeps me. It feels pretty warm right now. I think it might do a good job. The problem is it's pretty big and bulky. If on Wednesday, if this isn't enough, I don't know if I could fit another coat around it to layer up. I would have to put more underneath, I think, and this would be the outer layer. And the other thing is, if it's raining, this is very fuzzy, so it's not going to hold up against water. But that's why we're testing for it. But we're just about to head out, so let's go do it. All the equipment I need for this show is already up there, so I don't need to pack the car at all, so we're ready to go. All right, guys, I'll see you over there. All right, guys, we just made it to the venue. This is an outdoor venue. This is an outdoor show that I do every week. I got a little glimpse of the audience as I passed by the area, and there's not many people in there today. So usually this show I do attracts hundreds of people locally, and it just goes to show how cold it must be for these people where only a couple of them show up. But we're still going to give them the best show we can, so let's get on in there. I think this flannel jacket might just work out for Wednesday. It is keeping me pretty warm already. At least the air feels good tonight. It's kind of dry. It's not so humid out. There are about 30 people here. Usually there's 700. So at this venue where I host this, they have this giant rail car behind the stage. That's where I keep all my stuff. So I got all my bingo cards in here. It's a little bit of a mess right now. But so we have several different categories. Like you can see last week was country and 60s on the other side. Tonight is classic rock night. So I got to get that one out. All right, guys, we got our cards out. If you want to come collect some bingo cards, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Lost it. It was at first, but it sounds like it's getting quieter. We are having some sound issues right now. This mic is not working, and they can't get the mic system to be working across the speakers across the area. So we're gonna see what we can do to figure it out. Here's a look at the audience right now. Usually this place is packed full. To be honest, I'm surprised there's this many people here with how cold it is out right now. We're just gonna give it the best we can.
1, 2, looks like we got a mic. All right, well, if you're just coming in, feel free to come and grab some cards. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you guys being here. So welcome everybody to Bingo! We got classic rock out there tonight. Classic rock and the deep cuts are our two categories. All right, well here's how this game works. I'm gonna be playing a series of songs and you have a card full of the artists in front of you. Your task is going to be trying to figure out who the artist is of each song. I will give it to you after about 40 to 50 seconds into each song. That makes it a little bit more fun to give you a chance to see if you can figure it out for yourself just based on the sound. The ultimate goal is to get 5 of those artists in a row. 5 in a row, a column, row, or diagonal will get you a bingo win. Tradition for the rest of the audience to boo at the winner. So if you win tonight, you will be booed at. But that's just part of the tradition, it's part of the fun. You'll have to deal with that, it's okay. You want to start on the regular classic rock side. Make some noise. So make sure you're on the regular classic rock side. Let us begin. This is the Allman Brothers Band. Allman Brothers Band. First artist. After the Allman Brothers Band. Let's go here. This is Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton. I've got these scarves from Aerosmith I'm gonna tie around the mic, and I sometimes like to do that. Just like Steven Tyler. You know, I'm standing pretty warm right here. My hand's very cold right now though because the microphone stand is very cold and metal. I didn't think to bring gloves, I should have. Daniel and Richard, after band 3, won the first 2. Bingo! Everybody erase the boards, flip them over. We're going to go to the deep cut side next. Coming up after we hear from Frigid, we'll go here. Like I said before, if you weren't here, these are some of the most recognizable artists of all time, but maybe songs are a little bit deeper into their catalog. Here we go with our first artist. Let's try this one on for guys first. Here we go. This is Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. First one. After Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. This is Alice Cooper. Alright guys, I've been out here for about an hour and a half. It's starting to get really cold out. My body is holding up fine, it's just my hands are really cold. I keep having to touch the metal mic, but I'm surviving. As long as the rain holds up on Wednesday, I should be okay if I wear this, maybe some layers underneath, and make sure I have my gloves and hat on.
Right now it's about 48 degrees out, but it feels like it's about 39. After 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. It says audio overload. After George, they're going to end the destroyers. Speaking of destroyer. This is Kiss. This is Kiss. It is Paul Stanley's birthday today. This is
1, 2. No. I know.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey. Okay, I'm having mic problems here, so
we got a new mic. Hopefully this one will hold up. I think the other one got too cold, so. This is all that's left for our audience right now. It's getting so cold, everyone's leaving. There's only about 30 people left. It's currently intermittent right now. I had to come inside to one of these restaurants so I could get a little bit warm. It's about 46 out now. It's just steadily declining, and it feels like it's getting even lower. So we'll have to see how it continues out. We only got about an hour and 15 minutes left. We're back at it.
After 6, let's go back to the birthday boy, Paul Stanley and his band here. After Kiss, let's go back to another really rare song from this band.
Emily tries but misunderstands. It's no other day. See Emily play.
This is Pink Floyd. This is Pink Floyd from the Sid Barrett era of Pink Floyd.
I might have forgotten the gloves, but at least I brought a hat.
It's not right. I was so many times on the highway. Across the rivers, the road in your mind. We were started back by the voice smile. That man on me.
Everybody erase your boards. Let's go back to the regular classic rock side once again.
So here's how the game works. I have one of my cards right here. The category is classic rock. On the other side, we got another category, the deep cuts, classic rock. Every week we rotate through the different categories. They have two sides. We switch on and off for each game. And I play a song, and they have to find the artist. They mark it off, and whoever gets bingo will win a prize. Like this is the band War. We'll mark that off right there. Then they win the prize, and we just continue playing games. We switch off. Every week we go through different categories. It's pretty fun.
This is Aerosmith. This is ZZ Top. Taffy won the final. Bingo! Everybody at this time, if you could please erase your boards. Tap the monkeys and please bring them back up to the stage. If you had fun tonight, you can join me again every Monday night here on the stage. 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
All right, there's not a whole lot to clean up here. It's just my computer that I have to disconnect and pack up the cards, and Marcus is gonna back in that rail car, and then we can head out, which is great because I'm starting to get really cold in here. I'm surviving those. I'm having faith for Wednesday, but we'll have to see. If you're ever working with sound, you gotta make sure your soundboard or speakers are off before you unplug stuff to avoid damaging the speakers and damaging your ears, because when you unplug it, when it's still plugged in, it pops, and that's not a pleasant sound. So I was just checking with my sound guy to make sure I can unplug. Everything good, and he gave me the signal, so good to unplug it. All right, we got everything we need, put everything away, it's time to head out. Made it back in the car. I know I keep talking about the weather, but man, it is freezing out now. My hands are frozen. Touching all this metal tonight, the metal mics, my tripod that I have in my hand. It's all cold, but we're doing it. We're doing it. It's fine. Made it through a good show, and now it's time for me to go home and warm up and get ready to go to Disney tomorrow. I am staying over at one of the resorts, so we gotta go home and pack up. All right, guys, so I'll see you tomorrow on the way to Disney World. All right, good morning, guys. It's the next day. I'm going for a little walk right now to break into my new sneakers that I bought yesterday, see how they feel. So far, feel pretty good, especially for 20 bucks. These feel really good. My old shoes are so worn through. I'm so used to not having support in my feet, so these feel like a breath of fresh air. They're not exactly my style visually, but they're doing the job. I think they'll definitely work for tomorrow. and they're very comfortable. But yes, we're gonna head out to Disney in a little bit later today. As you can see, it's not currently raining where I am right now, which is a good sign. According to my weather app, it is raining out at Disney, and it says it's supposed to rain all day. So I don't know if we'll get into a park today or not. I'd like to, because I want to ensure that a few things are still the way they are. For example, Rise of the Resistance and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure were offering single rider for a while. I wanted to make sure that that was still the case so that I could utilize those tomorrow during the challenge run. I think they are, but I'm just not sure. So I would like to go and double check just to make sure so that I don't get there, have the single rider not be open, and end up getting a little bit screwed over, because my plan sort of hinges on those being kind of quick. So it would be good to get out there and check on them, but if we don't, we'll just have to bank on it tomorrow and just hope that it's the way it's supposed to be. I'm also using this right now to test layers. I have a red shirt, I have my red fleece on underneath that, my golf jacket, and then I have this big heavy fleece that I was wearing last night at the bingo show. My hands are the coldest part of me. I'm still not wearing gloves, which I should be. So if I put on gloves, that should do the trick, and I think we'll be okay tomorrow. My face feels okay right now. But again, I will be in and out of rides, mostly indoor rides that'll probably be warm, and I'll be running too a lot. So I'll have my body temperature up and I'll be inside warmer areas pretty often. So I should be okay. The problem remains with the rain. It'll be up to the rain if it wants to make us freeze or not. But all right, these shoes feel pretty good. I think I'm gonna go start packing and getting ready for Disney, and I'll see you in the car on the way there. We just got to All-Star Sports here at Disney World. It is pouring rain out now, but the temperature outside says 58, which is a little bit warmer than it was supposed to be today. So I'm hoping that tomorrow looks similar to today. Right now I'm reorganizing my car to make sure I have everything I need and bring whatever's gonna need to be in the cooler inside so I can put it in the fridge for the night. Leave whatever I don't need to bring in here so that I don't forget it or have any problems tomorrow, and just like have it in position ready. I'll explain more about what this challenge is all about, because I realize I haven't really explained how this challenge works. So I'll do that up in the room. For right now, let me show you what I got set up in my car right here. This challenge in perfect conditions is an all-day thing, and it's kind of non-stop because you're trying to ride as many rides as you possibly can within those park hours. So I always bring a cooler of food. Right now it's cold out, so I'm not too worried about being dehydrated or really sweating off calories as much as I would in the summer, but I still want to make sure I got enough food. So I always get the sub, and I bring some ice packs with that. In there, I also have some waters. I brought a ton of waters, and I brought 4 Powerades to make sure I stay hydrated just in case. Then on this side, I bring snack food. I have a bunch of clementines, apples, and anything else that needs to be cold in here. And then the other snacks I have are just in the trunk. I have like goldfish and Cheez-Its and stuff like that, protein bars, granola bars, and trail mix. I have 2 bags of trail mix. All of that should be way more than enough food, but you know, it never hurts to over prepare just in case, because sometimes this challenge really is demanding. Now, why don't I bring you up to the room and I can explain what this is all about. So this is something known as the Every Ride Challenge. It originally started with these 2 guys who call themselves Parkeology, Team Parkeology. They attempted this challenge over 10 years ago, where they attempted to ride every single operating ride at Disney World in one day. And that included all 4 parks, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. And they were successful. In 2014, they achieved it 46 rides. There are now 54. And there were many that closed and many that opened. So everything's different now. Plus, Fast Pass is no longer a thing. It's now Lightning Lane, and there's all these different restrictions, virtual queues, what have you. So there's a lot of strategy involved. But so several teams over the years have attempted this challenge, several being successful. So my brother and I love to try and attempt these challenges. It's kind of just a fun thing, you know? But what makes it even more fun is that this specific one that we do raises money for charity. So Parkeology created the original challenge, and then another organization called Every Ride Challenge developed a similar challenge, but that was designed to raise money for Give Kids the World. So to prove my progress tomorrow, I had to take a selfie on every single ride that I ride as proof and post it on Twitter with a timestamp to prove that I'm not cheating it and that I rode all the rides that I did. In every tweet that I post will be a link to donate to Give Kids the World. Usually once a year, like back in December, they hold a community challenge where several teams run at the same time. For the past 2 years, we've had over 15 teams run simultaneously, trying to do as best as they can and all raising money for their own respective teams. So I think it kind of works like Relay for Life, where you're all competing to see who can raise the most money, and it all goes to good benefit. But I decided I wanted to do it a little bit more often. So I'm here tonight to try and do it because we found a hotel room for very cheap, and that was kind of the motivation. We need to have a hotel room to be able to do it as best as we possibly can because it gives us access to the early morning hours at all 4 parks every morning. It helps us strategize a lot. It helps us get some really big rides out of the way really early on. So splitting a really cheap hotel room really doesn't cost a whole lot, and it allows us to take a stab at the challenge. And remember, my brother is that guy Ryan, so he'll probably be vlogging this as well. He has vlogged all of his attempts. If you want to see his attempts, you can click right here and go to the card, and you can see he's attempted this challenge several times. I have too, but I haven't vlogged. So, and honestly, usually vlogging is really hard for me to do, especially while trying to do something like this. So I'm not actually sure how much of it I'm going to film tomorrow. So if you want to keep up, I know this will be posted after the fact, but if you ever want to keep up with me for future attempts, you can follow my Twitter. My team name is KNRG News, at KNRG News. That's my Twitter handle. That is my team name, KNRG News. That is a reference to the Ellen's Energy Adventure attraction that used to be at Epcot. It's no longer there, but I thought that was kind of a fun thing, and I like theming my posts around that. But yeah, so if you follow me on Twitter at KNRG News, you'll see all the tweets that I posted for tomorrow. This will go up probably on Sunday. So I'm doing this on the Wednesday before this was posted. If you want to go to my Twitter, you can see all the rides I will do and all the ride photos I take. And if you follow me there, you can see my tweets for future attempts and actually keep up with me in real time when I do my next one. But yeah, so that's about it. So we got an all-day challenge tomorrow. It's going to be 30 degrees. It's going to be raining. It's going to be cold. As long as I can stay dry as best I can and bundle up a little bit, I think we'll be okay. The biggest obstacle is the outdoor rides. Some of these outdoor rides are kind of long and they're going to be really cold. We're going to do the best we can. All right, but in the meantime, I'm going to unpack a little bit in my room now, and I'm going to get stuff ready. I'm going to put some stuff in the fridge so that it can stay cool for tomorrow. I'm going to organize and make sure I have everything I need. I forgot to bring my apple slicer with me. I'll wash them usually in the morning right before the challenge and then slice them up to keep them from turning brown as long as possible. I forgot the slicer, so I'll either have to just eat it, or maybe I'll go down to the food court and see if they had a plastic knife. Maybe I'll just slice it up myself. But otherwise, we got a little fridge full of food here. We got a sandwich, some water bottles, some clementines, 3 apples. And I also bring a bunch of Ziploc bags. These are for the apples when I slice them up, and to pour some trail mix into them, because the trail mix bags are really big, so I don't need to bring those into the park. So this is how I portion them. And then I bring 1 gallon size Ziploc bag to fill with ice from the hotel ice machine, so that I have 1 extra ice pack, just to ensure that everything I bring is gonna stay cold. Tomorrow I'm probably not gonna have to worry a whole lot about that, because it's supposed to be cold already, but you can never be too safe. Just wanna point out that hydration starts the night before your big marathon. Here's a little tour of our hotel room if you were interested. So we got a bed here, we got a table here. This table also folds down into another bed. We got a nightstand here. They have these Alexa things here at Disney now. Are supposed to work kind of like an Amazon Echo. It says to say, "Hey Disney." And every time I've said that, nothing ever happens. I've never been able to make them work, so I don't really know what the deal is with these. And then we got some drawers here and a cabinet. I believe there's a safe in here. Yes, you got a safe, and you got some extra pillows in here. Look at that. And then these drawers are for your clothes if you're gonna unpack. We have the fridge, we already saw that. There's an ice bucket here and a small coffee maker. TV, of course. And we got a bathroom in here with the sink separate from the toilet and shower area. Not bad for one of the cheapest options at Disney World. All right, let's go down to the food court area, see if we can find a knife for those apples so I can slice them up. Real quick, I'm just gonna change into my raincoat here and leave this one here because I don't wanna get anything wet that I'm planning to wear tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm gonna wear this tomorrow exactly. This is a raincoat, so at least I know it's designed to get wet, so hopefully we'll be good. All right, that's more like it. Let's go down. Here's our view from the balcony outside our room. All right, okay, here we go. End zone, the food court. Not too many people down here right now. It is dinner time. All right, here we are. I don't know if this will be strong enough to cut through an apple, but we're gonna have to try. I'm gonna grab a couple just in case I drop any. They also got microwaves and toasters here if you were looking for something of the sort. All right, that was easy. Let's get back to the room. It's honestly not that cold out right now. It's about 60 degrees, but it's so humid. I can see my breath. I don't know how well you can see this, but the pool's actually steaming right now because they keep it heated. It's probably only heated to about 80 degrees, but there's steam rising from the pool just because of how humid it is. All right, let's see if this plan works. Now I don't have a cutting board or anything, so I'm just gonna use this napkin I brought because I don't have a plate either. It's a plastic knife, it shouldn't be a problem, but I don't need these to be perfect. I just need them to be biteable, you know? Once I get this off the core, this will be easier to cut. There we go. Well, it's possible, it just might be a little while. Oh, that's much easier now. Just need slices, that's all we need. Now I did not wash this yet, so I'm just gonna run it under the sink at some point because I was just trying to test this. I'll probably do the others in the morning. All right, I think that's the best I'm gonna get out of this. We got ourselves a nice little pile of apple scraps here. And you know, like the point was just to be able to bite size it, you know, to be able to bite off this and eat it. We succeeded in that, so I'm calling this a good backup plan. All right, guys, so I think I'm all set. I gotta go to bed early tonight, so I'm just gonna kind of wind down and chill. I'll probably go get dinner at some point. There's a McDonald's like across the street, or at this the quick service food court down there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of hunker down here, chill out, and wait for Ryan to arrive. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I was laying here, chilling out, and I got a text from Ryan. He doesn't think that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is doing single rider anymore, but I want to make sure. It's going to make a big difference tomorrow if it's not. So I'm going to head over to Epcot right now and go check it out. Let's go see if that single rider is open and still operating. The way it looked before, it looked like it was permanent because it was part of the marquee sign. But maybe on days like this where it's not nearly as busy, they rope it off. But so I'm going to head over there right now and go check that out. I'm going to make it a quick one because it is still raining and it's still cold. It's getting colder. I left some other sweatshirts in the car that I'm not planning to wear tomorrow. So I'm going to go throw those on under this so that I don't get anything wet that I'm planning to wear tomorrow. All right, we just parked at Epcot. I got my black fleece on. I'm going to put my raincoat back on over this. We got a really good parking spot. Spaceship Earth is right there, so we're pretty close to the front of the park, but it's still really wet out. There's so many puddles already. It hasn't even been raining that long, which is the concern that I have. I think I'm going to switch into the shoes I bought yesterday because these are wearing through so much that just walking to the parking lot of the hotel got my toes wet. So that means that these are not going to hold up well in the rain. I need at least one pair to be dry, and I don't trust these to dry enough overnight if they got really wet. So I'm going to switch into the other ones. And this will also be a good test to see if those other ones hold up better in the rain and see if my feet stay dry. All right, I got my shoes on. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to film much in there because it is still raining out. It's pouring pretty good, so we'll see how long this takes. I'm quite literally going to probably run across the whole park because Ratatouille is in the back of the park, so I got to go all the way back there to see if that single rider line is there. All I need to see is if it's there or not. And after that, we can leave. Trust me, I'd love to spend some more time here tonight, but it's just not the conditions. And I would if I didn't have this thing going on tomorrow. I need my stuff to stay as dry as possible. That's my biggest concern. And doing something like this is not accomplishing that goal. But this is a test. This is a test to see how dry we can stay and how good these will hold up when I'm running. Let's get in there. I don't know when I'll film again, so I'll probably see you at Ratatouille. All right, guys. The single rider line is open. I'm glad I came and checked it. But man, I kind of did a stupid thing. I kind of ran all the way over here, which I said I was going to do. But I didn't think about the fact that it's like a mile and a half away from my car. I'm not trying to run a 5K here before I run 19 more miles tomorrow. So this might have been a mistake. I'm walking through the single rider line for the first time. I've never been through this queue. And this seems like there's no line here. There is no line. There's nobody here. Look at that. There's no line. If this is the luck I get tomorrow, I might as well ride it. I ran all the way over here. I was on and off that ride in 8 minutes. 8 minutes from entering the queue to getting off. That's great. If we can get this like this tomorrow, this will be a huge save because this is a really popular ride here. All right, but now it's time to walk back through the rain and get back to the car, try to get out of here. These shoes are holding up though. They're not that wet. My feet are warm from running. I'm warm from running, so I'm holding up pretty well. So I think these will be the shoes I wear tomorrow, at least to start. All right, guys, I made it back to the car. That was a really long walk, really cold, really wet. I'm drenched now. I was doing okay on the way in, but I strolled out to avoid trying to run and hurt my legs. Definitely got my shoes wet now. I still don't think they're as wet as I would have gotten the other ones. I'm currently sitting on a towel because of how wet I am. The wind is just so brutal. My face feels stiff. Go back to the hotel, take a nice warm shower to hopefully warm up a bit, and just stay there and chill tomorrow morning. I hope it doesn't rain like this all day tomorrow because that will make this very miserable. All right, I decided to stop at McDonald's for some dinner before I head back to the room. So Disney has their own McDonald's on property here. It's actually really cool because there's a lot of environmental stuff about it. It uses solar power. It's got a bunch of like interesting facts about how you can save the planet and like what other things about the restaurant are like currently working to help the climate. So it's just interesting to read about. It's in a really cool spot, and usually it's always a pretty good place to go and sit for a quick meal if you're not looking to spend the prices that are inside the parks. We got a McDonald's, I'm ready to eat and just stay here for the rest of the night. I did get one little speck of good news. The rain is projecting to stop now tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. So that's a huge difference. That takes a lot of struggle and problems out of the algorithm. But I'm gonna eat this food, just relax. Start planning for everything tomorrow morning so that I can be ready to go. It's always a good time for a McCrispy. Not sponsored. Sorry, that's that guy Ryan's hashtag. He'll yell at me later when he comes in. Not sponsored. And then for dessert, I got an apple pie because I love these. These are great. They shouldn't be $2, but when I got a deal for half off and they're 90 cents, they're pretty good. Still could probably be 50 cents, but they're very good. They're a little treat. I also got a billion napkins to cut my apples up on because the paper towels I was using earlier got very wet and were not able to use again. So I was like, oh, let me just stock up on napkins so I have something to cut my apples on. They're salty today. It's not much, but I really do love these. All right, so I finished dinner. I'm trying to dry out my shoes because they did get pretty wet, the new ones. So I'm trying to dry them out with the hotel hair dryer, see if that helps any. All right, good morning, guys. It is now Wednesday morning. It is currently 6:16 a.m. Woke up about 40 minutes ago. Me and that guy Ryan here are ready to do our challenge. He's a little bit more prepared than I am. He's planning to leave a little earlier than I am. So we're running separately today. I mentioned last night my team name is KNRG News on Twitter. If you want to follow him for any of his runs, it's That Guy Ryan 97, and subscribe to his YouTube channel, That Guy Ryan, to see his vlog of today. He will be vlogging today. I forgot to grab a bagel last night at McDonald's. I meant to for this morning, so I just grabbed one now because I'm a little ahead of schedule. So now, got my bagel. We're gonna eat this on the way into Animal Kingdom. And that's where we're heading now. We gotta get there in about 10-15 minutes so I can start lining up for the rope drop. It's only lightly raining. They're expecting it to stop now around 7. We're in good shape right now. All right, that was easy. So we're at Animal Kingdom. It's about 6:45 right now. I got my hat on. I got gloves to wear too. Ryan's like 3 cars away from me. He left like 15-20 minutes before me, and he's right here. So nobody else is getting up this early. So remember, I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to film here. If you want to see the most out of what rides I get, go to my Twitter at KNRG News to follow my team and see my tweets from today and to see future tweets for future attempts. But otherwise, I'm going to do my best to film updates, but I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work because I have to focus on the challenge. I have to focus on what I need to do. If you ever want to run something like this, I'll put a link to the description down below. You can read all about it and maybe sign up for yourself if you want to give one of these a shot. All right, let's do this. Let's give it our all. The January 22nd Every Ride Challenge, Every Ride Points starts now. Let's go. Hey guys, Editing Tyler here. This video is getting pretty long and I kind of want to have more time to put some more editing work into the actual run part of the challenge. That's going to be uploaded for next week's video. So I'm just going to leave this as the kind of prep and plus the show that I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. I'm going to skip ahead to the next day after where I kind of decompressed and talked about it and kind of close out the week. So look forward to the actual challenge being uploaded next week. If you're watching this after the first Sunday of February, that means that the video is already uploaded, so I'll put a link in the description to the challenge run. If you're watching this before the first Sunday of February, that means the video is not posted yet, so make sure you subscribe so that you'll be updated when I do upload it. Again, it'll be uploaded next Sunday. I appreciate you guys watching this far into the video. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the content. So let's fast forward to Thursday after the challenge run, the day I hosted my trivia game after running the marathon challenge. All right, guys, it's the next day. I didn't get a chance to film an outro last night. I was so tired driving. I was good driving home, but I was so tired by the time I got home. I just went inside, ate dinner, and then basically went right to bed at about 10 o'clock. And then I slept until about 9:30 this morning. I woke up at about 8:20 and tried to get myself up. I fought my body on it for about an hour before I finally could get up. It just wasn't having it. My eyes just wouldn't open, so... But yeah, so made it through last night. Today I had kind of like a calm down. I had my trivia show tonight, which I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, so I didn't bother filming it again this week. It was a good show, but we made it through. I was able to do the 2 shows and the 2 days at Disney, and we did good on all of them. Good show Monday, good prep on Tuesday, good run yesterday, and good show tonight. Good trivia show, perfect show. But that is going to be it for me for this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this type of content, I kind of do miscellaneous stuff, just different adventures, vlogging my music setup and my gigs, doing the adventures out to Disney World like we did last week at Animal Kingdom, and yesterday doing the challenge. Not exclusively Disney, but I will do some Disney related stuff. So if that sounds good to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications for when I upload so you can stay updated. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. It really helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you guys enjoy this type of content, and I'm going to do my best to upload a video every Sunday. So look forward to next week, and I'll see you in the next video.